Hey y'all, what's happening? Happy new moon, happy Shabbat to everybody out there. So I keep the new moon. So this is the new moon, the first day of the 12th month. So here's some information as to why I keep it the way I keep it. And here goes some scripts so y'all can go ahead and catch up with it and just see how I get down with it. So hey, this information is for me and you. So if you want to put it into practice, this is how you make it do what it do. Hey, happy new moon. Hey, y'all go ahead and turn up, man, for the Most High. That's right. Get festive and do what you're supposed to do, baby. Hey, look, it's a feast day. Go ahead and enjoy. You and the family. You and your people, go ahead and make it do what it do, y'all. Hey, check out the information. If you agree, hey, all glory to the Most High. If not, hey, it's here. It's for y'all. Let's get it, y'all.
So jumping right on into it. So at the beginning of every new moon, we got to go in the scriptures and kind of just remember what the prophets, what our people was doing and what's going on. So that's why we got this one here. Ezekiel chapter 32 and verse 1. And it came to pass in the 12th year, in the 12th month, in the first day of the month, that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying. So the reason why this is so prevalent is because something came to a prophet to tell the people on the first day of the 12th month. Today is the new moon of the 12th month. So here we have it, y'all. Something happened and a prophecy came to a prophet to deliver a message to the people, to the children of Israel. So, we want to do things as they were done in the Bible on how our people did it, because we got to keep the tradition and the custom, baby. Let's go. Now let's talk about it, right? Genesis chapter 1, verse 14 through 16. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, that the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So right up here, in verse 14, we see that the Most High gives us a calendar, signs, seasons, days, and years, right? So they're based off of the lights, sun, the moon, the stars, as you can see. So that's the calendar in which that I see that we're supposed to be following, not the calendar made Sunday through Saturday or January through December. So this is why I follow this calendar and count. Now, coming off of Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14 through 16, you see that there are signs, seasons, days, and years. So if you go look at your calendar that man has made, they have signs, seasons, days, and years to let you know and give you understanding of what's coming, right? So now let's look over here. Psalm 81, 3 through 4, Psalm 104 and 19. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast day, for this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knoweth its going down. So appointed times and solemn feast days. So seasons, another word for seasons is festival. So we got to get together. And this is a law that was given from the Most High to Jacob, which is Israel, the Israelites, right? This is how we're supposed to be moving. So if you study and follow in this Bible, this is what it's supposed to be. He appointed the moon for seasons, festivals, and the sun knows it's going down. So the sun, the moon, the stars, let's get it. Count. All right, now we're just going to check out a little bit of our customs and what we do and, like how we viewed the new moon, right? Amos chapter 8 and verse 5, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? And that the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. Ezekiel chapter 46 and verse 3. Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before the Lord in the Sabbaths and in the new moons. Right? So it's saying over there, when will the new moon be gone that we may sell? So our custom was we weren't buying or selling on the new moon, as well as the Sabbath, right? We weren't doing these things. And then it says that we will worship at the door of the gate on the Sabbaths and the new moons. So they were looked at as one and the same worship days. Feel me? We still rolling on with the customs and everything, right? So check this out. 2 Chronicles 8 and 13. Even after a certain rate every day, offering according to the commandment of Moses, on the Sabbaths and on the new moons and on the solemn feasts 3 times in a year, even in the feast of unleavened bread and in the feast of weeks and in the feast of tabernacles. So as you can see, the new moon is counted as a feast day amongst the Sabbaths, the solemn feasts, right? The holy feasts and all of that. So this was a part of our custom, right? It's a part of our custom. And as you can, if you go check out this chapter, you'll see that this was regarding Solomon. This is the way we was moving even in the kingdom, right? King David, King Solomon. This is how we was moving, right? So that new moon cannot be overstepped, y'all. We got to check this out too. Information. So in this one, I'm gonna read. In the next video, I'm gonna explain, right? 2 Chronicles 29, 15 through 17. And they gathered their brethren and sanctified themselves and came according to the commandment of the king by the words of the Lord to cleanse the house of the Lord. And the priests went into the inner part of the house of the Lord to cleanse it and brought out all the uncleanness that they found in the temple of the Lord into the court of the house of the Lord. And the Levites took it to carry it out abroad into the brook Kidron. Now they began on the first day of the month to sanctify, and on the 8th day of the month came they to the porch of the Lord. So they sanctified the house of the Lord in 8 days. And in the 16th day of the first month, they made an end, right? So if y'all checking this out, they're doing all this cleansing according to account, right? According to account. So let's just take an account, right? So helping you get just a little bit of understanding. So the way that I keep my months, right? It goes day 1, new moon, right? New moon is day 1, right? What did they do? They cleaned the house of the Lord on day 1, right? The next Shabbat comes on day 8 because there's 6 working days in between day 1 and day 8. So the 7th day would be day 8, right? Then 15, then 22, then 29. So according to this and how they were sanctifying the cleansing of the house of the Lord, they were doing it according to account, and they started on the new moon to sanctify, right? And then they did it again on what I would call a Shabbat on the 8th day, right? And then look, it says that they were done on the 16th. They weren't doing no more. So that means on the 15th they was. So now to go ahead and cap it off of why I do what I do, what I do. 2nd Ezra, right, chapter 6 and verse 45 and 46. Upon the 4th day thou commandest that the sun should shine, and the moon give her light, and the stars should be in order, and gavest them a charge to do service unto man that was to be made, right? Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 43, verses 6 through 8. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. For the moon is a sign for feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The moon is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. So up here it says it's going back to creation, right? And it's mentioning what? The calendar, sun, moon, and stars. So more information. So up here, right? The more information is sun and moon and stars. Those are the calendar, right? To give service unto man for signs, seasons, days, and years. Genesis 1, 14 through 16. Lets us know the exact same thing. Over here, it says that the moon is to also serve in her season, another word for festival, right? To give what? A declaration of time, a sign of the world, right? Signs, seasons, days, and years, right? The moon is a light for feast, right? Feast is another word for seasons, right? So these feasts that line up, you feel me? This is what's going on. A light that decreases in her perfection, right? The moon is called after her name. This is why I keep the first light, because increasing wonderfully in her changing. The only way that the moon light increases is when the first light cracks. When there's darkness, there's no light in there. So when the first light cracks, being called after her name.